It's W9OY. I'm going to show you how to set up the flex radio system for maximum sensitivity on the FT8 mode. This technique works for all modes, but we're going to use the FT8 as an example today. We're on 15 meters. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and the band is just starting to open up. We choose a part of the band that has no signals. You can tell there's no signals because there's no white dots in the waterfall. White dots mean signal. The way that you set it up, the way I set it up is I set the AGC to fast, and this is with the full AGC up at 100. This is with the receiver turned off. And what you want to do is choose a point somewhere along this control that is under where full AGC engages. So what you typically want it about 3 dB under where full AGC engages. The reason that you want that is because you want the maximum signal that you can get without the AGC engaged. And the reason for that is that as you QSB in and out of sensitivity, you don't want the AGC engaged. So by putting your AGC control right at that elbow where AGC engages, or 3 dB below that, you have maximum sensitivity for the receiver. So we're going to increase the AGC. You hear that there's no change in this region. That means the AGC is fully engaged. Down in this region, you can hear that the AGC, that the receiver is turned down. So you want to increase the sensitivity of the receiver. Decrease it again. Okay, right about there you can hear a small decrease in the noise. So with on this particular band, the AGC set at 40 is about maximum sensitivity without engaging the AGC. So this receiver is now set up for maximum sensitivity for this bandwidth. If you choose another bandwidth, you'd want to readjust this control. If you have a directional antenna that has noise in one direction and does not have noise in another direction, you might want to adjust this control depending on that noise situation. So each band and each noise situation has its own adjustment. That if you want maximum sensitivity, that's how you use this AGC control. So now we're going to flip up to the FT8 band. So the bandwidth of this audio is about 3 kilohertz. The bandwidth of each dot on this video, however, is about 1.5 hertz. So the signal-to-noise ratio of the video is much more sensitive than the signal-to-noise ratio of the audio. Even at 100 hertz CW bandwidth, the signal-to-noise ratio of the video is much more sensitive than the signal-to-noise ratio of the audio. What that means is that you can see signals that are below the noise, the audio bandwidth noise. So as we look at the dots here, like right here, that's a signal. So you can watch signals as they come out of the noise, out of the video noise, and then into the audio noise. So you can see very weak signals, like this is a very weak signal right here. This is a very weak signal right here. And you can watch and see the QSB and watch and see how the band is behaving in the fades. On 160 meters, you can use this technique on CW to actually, on 160 there's very deep fades that come and go that can last, half a minute. And you can actually watch the signal begin to show up in the video and then pop out of the audio and then drop back down in the video as the QSB goes through its cycle. And so if you watch that closely, you know precisely when to listen to the station and also precisely when to transmit, because it's likely that when you can hear the station, it can also hear you. So that's a technique that you can use in this receiver that you really can't use in most radio transceivers. It's a very powerful technique. Also on some of the expeditions, I'll set the my receive frequency, like let's say this is 100 hertz bandwidth. I'll set the D-expedition station here, and I'll watch the pileup above, a couple kcs above, and I can listen here, but I can't really see the D-expedition yet. But I can watch the pileup as it goes across, and I use CW skimmer, and you can see by having a list of all the call signs that are decoded, you can see where the gray line is traversing as new stations come into your bandpass. So it's a powerful way to watch as the signal comes to you, if you will, and then you can watch the DX station as at the very first time he starts to show up in your bandwidth. So you can actually see the DX station and watch the pileup as the terminator goes across the face of the earth. And you can because you can watch the pileup, you can get some idea of the DX station's behavior, where he tends to listen, where he likes to work, where he's working at the present time, and you can be all set up to make the contact as soon as you can hear him. So it's a very powerful system. Thanks for listening, and 7-3 to you all from W9OY.